All right, Shalom. Before I get started, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Kwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Peace and safety to the elect. All right, this video is going to be entitled, Do Not Store Unclean Spirits. And you know, this time frame that we're living in, man, it's a lot of unclean energy out here. It's a lot of demonic activity. Satan is really pushing out that left-hand vibration throughout Babylon, and it tends to jump on you because you're in the flesh. So you will have unclean spirits that will try to come overthrow your judgment, make you think certain things, make you discourage you, get in the way of your faith, make you have a hatred towards the Akim, towards the brotherhood, unnecessarily, twist the doctrine, envy, strife, contention, and all else, man, the lust of the flesh. So how do you get rid of that, and how do you avoid these unclean spirits? Is by praying, fasting, being in the work, and being around righteous brothers. All right. So you don't want to store up these unclean spirits, because you get worse and you get worse and you get worse as time evolves, because these unclean spirits come into your vessel, and they overthrow everything about you, and you become a different person. Just like if you put righteous spirits in you, in the truth, you become a more righteous person. You become more refined. You become more circumspect, more discreet, more brotherly. Your understanding grows, the wisdom grows, because you're surrounding yourself with righteous vibrations. Well, it's the same thing on the left-hand side. Don't think that you can overpower these demons just because you presently know that it's spirits out here. These spirits can jump on you and actually throw off your judgment and throw off everything about you, and you're gonna eventually hate yourself, man. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and jump into it. This is Matthew chapter 12 verse 43. It says, when the unclean spirit is gone out of a man, he walketh through dry places, seeking rest, and findeth none. Then he saith, I will return into my house from whence I came out. And when he is come, he findeth it empty, swept, and garnished. So let's say you get rid of a spirit, and the spirit comes back and tries to attack you again, and he sees that you've been cleaning out your spirit. It says then goeth he and taketh with himself 7 other spirits more wicked than himself. And it's not necessarily 7. That word 7 is symbolic for completion. All right, so he brings a hefty number of spirits, all right, with him. It said more wicked than himself, and they enter and dwell there, and the last state of that man is worse than the first. So you don't want to store up these unclean spirits, man. When you start to get certain thought patterns, certain actions that's not righteous, certain things of that nature, man, you want to rebuke these thoughts. You have to pray, you have to fast, and you have to acknowledge the presence of that demon that's trying to overtake you. You can't sit up there and try to harbor spirits, because see, that's what you get a demon possession. When you actually possess the demon, you don't want to let the demon go. You want to possess it, and you try to hide it within your spirit, because you actually like that demon, because it feeds to the flesh. It feeds into the flesh. So that's why certain men, they keep certain ways about themselves. They never get better, because it's actually they keeping that demon on them. They're not really praying and asking the Lord to get rid of that spirit, because if you were, or if we do, the Most High will get that spirit off of you. So you got to sincerely point out that spirit that's trying to overthrow you. You got to identify it, and then you got to ask the Lord to purge that spirit out of you through prayer and things of that nature. And I'll try to put together a video and put up a good Hebrew prayer on purging out spirits out of your vessel. Because in these times, man, that's necessary, man. You can't forget about the times we living in and where we going. Now, if you give up the fight at the end, hey, that's your crown on the line, man. That ain't nobody else's crown. It ain't my crown. If I give up the fight, it ain't nobody else's crown that's in jeopardy. It's just mine. All right. So hey man, we through the Spirit, the Spirit gonna have brothers keep going. Because the Most High is doing something here, man. This program is bigger than us, man. This thing can't be made about yourself, man. You gotta focus on Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, because this is his program. All right. It says, even so shall it be also unto this wicked generation. So that's why you see what out here in America has just gotten worse and worse and worse and worse and worse, man. Every year America gets worse. Every year America gets more demonic. There's more groundbreaking demonic activity in America every year, man. Just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, it gets worse, man. Hey, and that's the same thing that can happen to you individually, man. Okay, so I'm gonna go to Corinthians, 1 Corinthians 5 and 7. It says, purge out. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go to 6, verse 6. Your glorying is not good. Know ye not that a little leaven leaveneth the whole lump? Now that leaven represents what? Being puffed up with certain spirits. That's that leaven. Verse 7. Purge out therefore the old leaven, or the old man, the old way of thinking, the old way of doing things, man. You got to purge that out, man. All right? You got to get it out your spirit. You got to ask Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai to take that away from you, man, before it overthrows your spirit and it overthrows your judgment. And it can, man. We've seen it time and time again where guys come in this thing, and at one point in time they was on fire. They was pushing his word. They was against the world. But then, you start to see them slowly, going back to who they were. But they actually get worse. They actually get worse than their original state, because them demons have free range now. Them demons ain't no restrictions no more, man, because you know better. You know better. So the Most High start pumping them spirits out on you. And that's an unpleasant thing to happen, because you will have spirits on you and you won't even know you got demons on you, man. Now that's scary. All right. Purge out therefore the old leaven, that ye may be a new lump, as ye are unleavened. For even Yahweh Shai, our Passover, is sacrificed for us. So you want to be a new lump, man. And that's following the ways of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. Not following the ways of the world, not desiring the lust of the flesh. And the scriptures say, envy not the a wicked man. So you shouldn't want to be like niggas, man. Following niggas and things of that nature. You shouldn't want to be like that, man. You setting the standard. We are setting the standard, so we don't have to lower ourselves to these niggas and their standards, man. Or to none of these people, man. We have our own circle. We have our own economy. We have our own way of thinking. We have our own way of dealing.